What's up, everybody?
Happy birthday, Josh! I almost said Happy New Year. Happy birthday.
Well, you kind of started with that cadence of Happy New Year. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. We are looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get all the last minute things ready for the live stream.
I'm like trying to not be stressed because he was stressing me out, running around like a crazy guy.
Yeah. Whew, boy, it has been some running, but we are here. We are happy to be here. We're happy that you're here too. Who all do we have in the chat? Let's scroll up and say hey.
We got Mama P.
Blind Squirrel's here. Mama P is here.
Oh,
welcome. Bill is here. Troy Tool is here.
Oh, the mouse is frozen. What? There we go.
Oh, the mouse? No.
Okay.
I put new batteries in, so we should be good.
Eric is here.
Eric David Gunderson is here.
Names.
Mike is here. Mike James.
Here. It's whiskey time.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy Miller. Hey, Wendy.
Thanks for coming, Wendy. That's not a name I recognize.
And who else we got? We got
Old Man Crypto.
Yeah. Wow, this mouse is. I'm just gonna.
Eric C.
Can I? What is happening?
We're having technical difficulty right off the bat. Sugar Kitty's here.
Hey.
Oh man, happy to have everybody on board.
Yeah.
Are you doing something on the?
No, it just keeps turning on.
Oh, okay.
I've got my laptop here and it keeps like turning on.
Yeah, we've got the laptop here to track chats. Paul P is here to track super chats. We will be doing a giveaway tonight.
We will.
A twofer. 2 people will win.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. We are giving some stuff away.
Whiskey Nose is here.
Yep. Eric C is here. I already said that. Greg Johnson is here.
Hey.
Thanks for coming, man.
Kathy
Huey. Oh, it's good to see some good names in the chat.
Brian, Bourbon Engineer's here.
There goes the good names thing. Drew Lawson is here. Michael S is here.
Doug
Tucker is here. Yeah. Matt C. Awesome.
Hey guys, we got
Travis
lots of
is here. Travis is a local guy, MBSC guy. William Edwards is here. Richard White. Thank you, guys. Oh, chat jumped on us. AW. Rob Boudreau. Joe Carter is here. Ruby Hart. Dustin Pullman. Mike Anderson. Hulk Smash. Tim. Not going to try that last name. James Farley. Jeffrey, thanks for coming. JD Solid Customs coming in.
Oh,
Keenan Ludman coming in with a big old super chat off the bat. Thank you, Keenan.
And we haven't even started the giveaway, but I'm putting you in for it.
Stefan is here. Doc Deal, Randy Jameson. If we're missing you guys, our chat is jumping all over the place, and we're having mouse issues. Marcos is here. Thanks for joining in. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody. We probably did. Jaime is here, not Jamie.
Not Jamie.
Very clearly says
that. Thank you for that because I would have said Jamie. I'm so sorry. Rob, thank you, Rob.
Rob's in for a giveaway. Doesn't even know what he's getting in on yet, but we'll tell you guys here in a second.
Yep.
Sir Sparkalot is here. Just watched the ECB versus Knob Creek single barrel. I have to finish it to learn the results. Yeah, that was a fun one, man. Bob Balkovec is here. Top Dog, of course, is here.
Did I show that?
Top Dog said if we're having mouse issues, just let the neighbor's cat in.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I tried to have a green thumb and plant plants out on our back deck.
Herbs and spices and such.
I was going to grow an herb garden.
Didn't work out that way.
Planted them. The next morning, woke up. There's a bunch of cat poop in it.
Yep.
Like, not cool. So I dug them up, threw them away, and now I just don't have anything in my big planters out on my back deck. And I really wanted some herbs.
The herb garden lasted 1 night.
Less than 24 hours. And I was so sad.
Richie Z is
Joe
here.
Carter. Thanks, Joe.
Fancy Franchi's in the chat. Nice. Hank Williams Jr. Richie Z. Lots of familiar whiskey tube names in the chat. That must be because Matt's coming in here.
Yeah, probably.
Matt C is in. Okay, so yeah, Matt is a draw. He draws me to him at least. That's for sure. So Top Dog's in the chat. We're drinking out of some Top Dog Glencairns right now for our little warm up here. Steve Bartolak is in the chat. So we're gonna get started with a little bit of a birthday toast. In Bourbon Kingdom, pour something up. Yeah. Everybody pour something up. We are going to do a little toast. It is my birthday live stream. My birthday was Friday.
Yes.
39 years old.
39.
Corey Suter's in the house. The toast is not for me though. The toast is for you guys. We hit 5,000 subscribers,
Yeah,
and
we
that
did.
is a big number.
That blows my mind.
Unreal.
5,000 people
We
watch our stuff. Oh, Eric.
Whoa, Eric coming in with a monster super chat. Wow.
Wow. Happy birthday, Josh.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking Eric to lunch tomorrow, so apparently we're just laundering money back and forth. Saucy Shane's in the chat. ADHD Whiskey's in the chat.
Matt's here. He's getting prepped for his game.
He better be getting ready.
Oh, Wendell
Wilson's in on it. Awesome. All right. So Aaron's running super chats. If we have a mod that can keep track of super chats, that would be great. I don't know if Adriana or anyone else is here, but we can usually keep up with these pretty well ourselves. But I want to get into this intro.
Yeah, you do it. I'll get the super chats.
So we're going to have a little first sip here, and it's going to be something special to celebrate you guys. Erin is drinking, in her glass, she has Redemption Rye 18 year.
Yeah, I do.
So I saw that Dusty was in the chat, Dusty Pullman. He sent this sample to us by way of Cam over at Drums and Drams, which can't thank Cam enough for sending this our way. I don't know much about this, but I was talking about how amazing Booker's Rye was, and Dusty was like, Redemption Rye 18 years right there with it. So I went and looked it up.
Matt says he needs a link to join. Did you not send him a link?
I probably should send him a link to join.
Gosh. Sorry, Matt.
It's our first time having guests on, so let me send Matt a link to join.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put up the giveaway banner.
Yes. So what is available for giveaway is going to be the flight that we're going to be doing with Matt as part of the thing. Pop over to open a new tab. Okay. We're gonna figure this out on the fly. So Erin's going to give you her nosing and tasting notes on Redemption Rye 18 year.
What am I doing with this tab?
I'm going to get the keyboard out and get a link for Matt. Because I'm not logged into StreamYard on my phone, even though I could have sworn that I was, but I'm not. So let me get the link here. And copy that. Double
Sorry, guys.
It's almost like we've never had a guest on our live stream before. So we will figure this out.
Do you guys just DM? Have you not exchanged phone numbers yet?
Yeah, Matt, text me, man. Here we go. Matt is so much more on top of things than we are.
Yeah, he is. He's a professional. Right. He is a professional whiskey taster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
here we are. We're back.
And we're back. We never left for you guys, but we're back here. Yeah. So Erin is drinking Redemption Rye 18 year. Yeah. I am drinking some courtesy of Top Dog, John and Renee, some Four Roses 125th anniversary. So these are both kind of in our wheelhouse. Let's see what we get on the nose on both of these, and then we'll give a cheers. Okay. Thank you guys for the grace because it is my birthday live stream. I won't mess up next time.
Greg is also saying he's keeping track of super chats. So do you want me to let him do it, or do you want me to still do it?
Greg, let us know in the chat if you have a way after you keep track of them, if you can randomize it. So every $5 gets one entry. So like Eric with the 50 gets 10 entries, and then our document randomizes the whole range before we run the number. So if you can randomize the range just to keep it fair for the first and last, then that will be awesome, and we will stop tracking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I will show.
Yeah. Robert, thank you so much, man. We're gonna get you in on it.
Yeah.
Kim S is in on it as well.
Kim, this is her first live with us.
Oh, thanks for joining in. Welcome. So let's get into the nose on both of these.
Okay.
Redemption Rye 18 and Four Roses 125th anniversary. Wow, that smells super rich, sweet, syrupy.
Mine smells dark and like
it looks dark. It looks so dark.
It smells dark.
Wow. Yeah, this is it's coming across just so well balanced on the nose. I mean, I know what I'm drinking, obviously, but very, very well balanced.
Mike James said happy birthday and also congrats on 5K.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being a part of 5K and for the Patreon fam. So are you ready to get in? You got any notes?
It smells good. I want some right now.
All right, let's get into it. Cheers to 5,000 subscribers. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this tonight.
Yeah, cheers. Oh.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what this is. It's good though. It's like I don't know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
It tastes like all the things I've tasted before, but good. Like a little pencil eraser, a little rubber, a little log cabin.
Yeah.
Like all of it, but like really good.
Awesome. This is really good too. Greg said he doesn't have a way to randomize it. I can text Greg a document.
That's fine. I'll take care of it.
Yeah. Okay. We got it. We got it.
But maybe
we can make sure we don't
maybe
miss
for
any.
future, Greg, we can hit you up.
Yeah. So let me want to try this.
Okay.
So the Four Roses 125th, to me, it's as syrupy as it smelled on the nose. It actually came across a lot brighter on the palate than I expected it to be. It was really almost effervescent, really kind of light. Almost tasted like somebody had ran bourbon through a soda stream a little bit.
I'm checking out to get these things. So you talk.
Get your super chats up. Yeah.
Matt's here, so make sure
Matt is here. We will be bringing Matt in just a second. He's got his handy dandy documents I sent him. Okay, so let's talk about the giveaway tonight. So you guys can see that the information is up here. Oh, I'm putting the cart before the horse here. We got it. First off, we're thanking 5,000 subscribers. We thank you guys for being a part of this. We got to shout out our patrons that are new this month and the people that have moved around in tiers. So we've got Mike James that's in the chat, dropping a super chat in here. He's also on Patreon as of this past month.
Nice.
And our Whiskey with Friends tier, which we're doing our Whiskey with Friends private live stream tomorrow night with all our Whiskey with Friends folks.
Yep.
And Troy and Lisa Toole are in the chat. And Wendell Wilson's in the chat. They both bumped up into the Whiskey with Friends tier. So love that. We're doing a big sample swap and blind tasting tomorrow night over there. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And then in the bonus content tier for our 2 additional videos every week, we've got Jonathan Blackwell, Mark Linder, Timothy B, and Stephen Check. And then the Whiskey Nerd tier that gets the access to our spreadsheet that has all our pour scores on it. We got John Vargo, Rusty Close, Keenan Ludman, who's in the chat, dropping super chats, and David Stidham, which is an awesome last name. Stidham. I like that. And Keenan Ludman for that matter. Keenan Ludman sounds like he's like an international man of mystery or something. Or like he looks really good in a suit. And then the community tier, we've got Corey Suter, Daniel J. Williams, and Salty Lettuce is up in there. So so happy to have you all on board for Patreon. We have a ton of fun here on the channel, and we have a ton of fun over on Patreon. So Aaron is catching up on super chats. I'm going to check out this Redemption Rye because I cannot wait. Okay, so it smells like a rye.
I don't know if I showed Corey, so I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm so behind.
Thank you so much, Corey.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people to shout out. Aaron can shout everybody out on super chats after we get caught up. Roscoe Coltrane's in the chat. We're all over the place. I mean, we have like 137 people in chat. That's like way more than we're used to.
Oh my God.
So
people must like you.
Well, no, I think people like Matt.
People like Matt. I'm sorry. I was trying.
And who could blame them? Curiosity
like
Public's in
Matt.
here, potentially scouting out the competition for this coming Friday on Matt Madness.
Oh.
Me and him are head to head.
Smart.
If that's Dutch.
Oh wow. Okay, hold on. I've totally.
Oh wow.
Our chat is like bouncing back and forth.
Well, you can check on the top too to make sure you've got everything.
I don't have everything.
Okay. Erin is working overtime. We are putting her through
I need a raise.
Yeah.
Josh.
All right. So this it smells really syrupy. It smells like a rye, but it has a lot going on.
Thank you, Rob.
I don't know that I guess it's 18 years on the nose, but it is extremely well-rounded. Michael S.
Did you see what he said?
Yeah. Just put Matt's link up on the screen while I'll jump on and sing happy birthday. All right. While I get a sip of this, let's see what we're working with.
Okay. Sip it. And then by the time I'm done getting ahead on these super chats, we need to let Matt in here because we don't want to keep him waiting. That's rude.
It is. I told him we'd try to have him on by 10 minutes into the stream.
Basically, whatever Josh tells you, add 10 to 15 minutes to that.
Okay, so
because that's Josh.
Dustin Pullman's in the chat. Dusty, this Redemption Rye is definitely more like it's got more layers and nuance than Booker's Rye does.
It's
Booker's Rye is much more of like a powerhouse. This is more like classically rye. This is something that you would really love.
I do like
this. Is really good.
Oh,
I do think I prefer the proof and punch of Booker's Rye, but this is super layered. And are you gonna be sipping more on this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put it over here for you.
Just fine.
So it's not in your way. I'm gonna have a little bit more Four Roses.
Thank you, Fancy Franchi. Oh, Fancy Frenchie, you and I share a birthday today. Well, his birthday was technically Friday.
Friday.
But we're celebrating it today.
We live stream on Sundays.
We'll take it.
Well, once a month on Sundays. That's all we have the capacity for, unfortunately. Yeah. All right. So as soon as Aaron gets caught up on chat, we will bring Matt in. We just want to make sure we have all the super chats present and accounted for. Let's talk about the giveaway. So the giveaway tonight is going to be the flight that we're drinking with Matt for the game that we're playing, including the control pour, which is not part of the flight. It's an unofficial member of the flight. Julie L is here. What's up, Julie? Thanks for joining in.
Focus.
Sorry. You just see names that you recognize and you want to say hi.
Focus.
Okay. So you're going to get a 6-pour flight. One person is going to get a 6-pour flight. The other person is going to get this bottle that I helped pick. Not this exact bottle. We have one.
It will be a full bottle.
Yeah. It will be a full bottle. It will be this bottle, 1792 full proof that I picked. This was actually on totally by happenstance because all our videos are random draw. But this was on Thursday's video against Stag Jr. And it held its own. And when I remember when I helped pick this bottle with a local store, that I thought to myself, wow, this could go right up head to head with Stag Jr. So this is a really, really good 1792 full proof pick. This is not a Stuff and Whiskey endorsed sticker back here, but it does have a little tater sticker on it. The stuff is great. We have a few. We have one for the charity giveaway in October that we're doing for mental health, and that's going to benefit To Right Love on her arms. The other one, the extra that we have, is going to somebody tonight. So one bottle, and then a separate winner is going to get a flight of 6 pours.
Awesome. I'm caught up, I believe, on all the super chats.
All right.
Thank you. Thank all of you for the super chats.
She's working 9 to 5.
I was working hard for the money, man. All right. So should we let that in?
I think it's time to bring in the man of the hour.
What?
Hey, look at that big ass face on me. How's it going?
Hey,
Hey, congratulations on 5,000 subscribers. That's a ton. Doubled plus 1,000, I think. A ton is 2. I don't know.
Sure.
But hey, and happy friggin' birthday, Josh. You look 39's never looked better. Ever. Unless, of course, Aaron's 39, in which case, sorry, Josh. You lost.
She's even older.
I'm actually 40, but it's okay.
BS. Hey, I got this game you guys sent.
Yeah.
And speaking of BS, it's just so stupid. I'm not doing it.
Okay, fine. Peace out, guys. We're done here.
We'll just drink whiskey together.
See you next month. No.
We'll just drink.
I refuse to play your games. I can just read the tactics that you're in the letters. The tactics there's so many tactics in here. It's okay. I will look foolish.
Josh is a man of many tactics.
Yeah. You better put your strategy hat on. Bill coming through with a big super chat. Thank you so much, man.
And Jeff, thank you, Jeff.
Jeff coming in. Thanks, man. So yeah, we are ready for. Well, I say we. I'm ready for Matt Madness Friday.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm not. I'm just gonna show up.
As a matter of fact, I'm training right now. You don't even know it. Ooh. That's how serious this is. But
secret.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about this game we're gonna be playing.
All right.
So, my amazing presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Stupid thing.
This is what we do. This is what we do for our blind flight nights that we do over with our Whiskey with Friends patron crew. But yeah, you get a whole printout and everything. So this game is actually inspired in 2 parts. One as an like a countermeasure to Matt Madness, where you put us under the gun and we only have 30 seconds to decide what's what.
Yeah.
You're going to get the whole stream to decide what's what. And not only that, we've given you the answers, or we've given you the answers and then some. So the inspiration here came from a 4th grader's homework.
Yeah.
Where you have to match the word with the definition. And I said, how fun would that be to do with whiskey?
How fun? We'll find out. We'll find out how fun.
So you have a flight in front of you of 5 pours, A through E.
And beside me.
Does he have them in front of him?
It's beside me.
Beside you.
Beside. That works.
Just keep it on balance.
To the left.
Keep that spinning wheel on balance, Matt. We don't need to lose it all.
Okay.
Those bottles taking a tumble in some of your live streams and videos gives me a heart attack. Have you broken one yet, or have they all survived?
They've survived. Glasses have broke. Bottles have survived. So, just pure luck. But at the same time, also, it's a testament to this glass that they're running out of and how good it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're using too much of it in the bottles, I guess.
Right.
They need to make the bottles thinner.
Yeah, thinner bottles. All right. So we have a control pour as well. And I saw some consternation about my definition of a control pour over Matt Madness.
I just have, you guys were drinking a Redemption Rye 18 year, and then I thought that that's the pour that you were talking about in your message. That was the pour that you were going to drink before the flight. So I was sipping this control pour that you sent and thinking that it was a Redemption Rye 18 year, and I was like, this is going to go oh so poorly.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what the control pour is, but it is not Redemption Rye 18. Spoiler alert.
Nailed it. Give me a point.
Thank you so much, Kathy. All right, so you're happy, or you're free to enjoy the control pour anytime you so choose. And I'm going to enjoy a little bit right now. Any guesses on what it might be?
This doesn't
You're
count.
not going to get me to slip up on something that doesn't even count, jerk. Heck no, I'm not taking any chance of
Such a
that.
trickster.
Okay, good deal. You're on your toes. I'm loving it.
And
so
that hurts.
After developing this game, I thought to myself, what better way to test it out than to have the world's top whiskey taster himself here on stream to really put the game through the paces.
Yeah.
So you're our first guest on stream, on a big stream, and you're going to be potentially making... I put the game together, so you're going to potentially make me look like a fool on my birthday live stream if you ace this thing. But you know what? I want nothing but success for you. So we hope you get a passing grade and you don't have to drink the fail pour.
Oh.
We will see. So for
E.H. Taylor small batch.
So for people in chat, Matt has a worksheet just like in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it has samples A through E, and he can just draw lines or make notes. We even sent him a little notes page, all kinds of stuff. He has a lot of different things to play around with.
Nice.
So what we're going to
Went
do
through the
here,
washing machine. Let's hope it still works.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to walk through the flight together, and you are free to comment as much as you would like. It is encouraged that you comment on the pours in the glasses and what you're thinking. If anybody would like to see what we're working with, we can pull up the brand tab and let's get our overlay going and get started on it. So we are playing Guess That Stuff About Whiskey.
Nice.
Because if you guys didn't know, we are super clever with our naming of all the things that we name, such as our channel. We're really high level.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much, Whiskey Row. That is an awesome channel. If you guys are not watching Whiskey Row, if you're not subscribed, you need to head over there and subscribe. So, yes. All right. Shall we get started?
Sure.
We want to make sure you have like a good solid hour to confuse yourself thoroughly with this, or completely ace it in 20 minutes and be that kid that turns their paper over really quickly in class, like a show off.
No. I had a psychiatrist tell me that I was borderline something slow, and that word that I said something it's now a bad word, and I can't say it. But she said I was very slow, so it's not going to take 20 minutes. We'll be here till tomorrow.
Erin said she is out at 10 p.m.
10
our
Central
time. Our
time.
time.
Bedtime.
Yeah. So me and you and all the chat will just hang out, Matt.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how long they last.
You take her away from running the chat, and the wheels on this bus will come completely off. All right, let's get into glass A. Let's get started on this flight. As you guys can see on the bottom, it says answer choices in the video description below. Matt has 5 pours, and he has 15 answers that are possible. Once he uses an answer on a pour, he cannot reuse that answer on any other pour. And you can see all the points and answers available in the video description at the very bottom.
Yeah.
So quick recap. He's going basically lowest and highest proof, lowest and highest age, lowest and highest price based on suggested retail price. There are some mash bill questions that he could guess on, and he also has the option to do an actual proof and age guess, as well as a state and distillery guess.
There's too many options. That's what I think.
That's the whole point, to give him enough options to confuse himself. So, all right, let's get into Glass A.
Cheers.
Cheers, Matt. Cheers, chat.
Cheers, skis. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. This Glass A is what some people would call a dark whiskey.
Oh yeah, she real dark.
It's a magnificent color, and it swirls so well. Swirls so good.
It swirls so well.
I wouldn't know.
Everybody swirl like Josh.
That is what he does.
You know,
I have to put mine on a stable surface. I'm not that good yet. I'm practicing. Though.
Somebody once told me you can do it, put your back into it, and that's what I do when it comes to swirling whiskey.
That's a true statement. I've heard that as well.
Yeah. So this one just smells like wet cardboard.
All right.
Sorry, I spit. I
didn't even know.
I was expecting it to be different, and it wasn't.
So, also, it should be of note that I do know what's in this flight. Aaron does not know what's in the flight. I poured this, and it was mixed up. So I don't even know I know what's in the flight, but I don't know what we're sipping in Glass A.
Which order it's in.
Yeah.
Greg Johnson says Glass A is darker than my ex's heart.
Do what?
Oh,
is Aaron playing the game too, or just me?
No, Aaron's not playing the game.
I'm drinking, but I'm not playing.
Yeah.
That's good. That's very good to know, because that would have just. Now I'm playing against nobody. No matter what my score is at the end, even if it's 0, it's still the highest score of guess stuff about whiskey. So.
You got it.
That's true.
I'm not playing. I'm just providing some color commentary.
And she's providing her exceptional tasting notes. You know, she's a professional whiskey taster, and we thought you could use the help, Matt. So that's what she's here for.
She is a professional. You two aren't normal people. This is very mapley. It's very malty. It's like a malted maple ball milkshake.
Maple ball milkshake.
Yeah,
I'm with you there.
Malted maple ball milkshake.
Malted. High, something with a little bit of extra malt in it, possibly a Chattanooga, because that's kind of where you guys are nearby. And I think you might just throw a little bit of a knuckler in there. But it also has a little bit of extra funk on it, maybe like some sort of Texas feeling to it. I haven't tasted it yet.
You should taste it. It tastes pretty good.
All right.
You ready to get into it? Down the hatch.
Let's do it.
I already tasted it because I'm just drinking.
Ooh. Wow. What the heck is that?
Got a punch.
So while Matt processes this glass, the chat should know that depending on Mr. Porter's strategy here, there are about 100 points possible. Like I said, he had like a grade school inspired worksheet that we sent him for this. And the idea is that he can potentially score up to 100 points. We just want to see if he can get a passing grade. So if he can get a 60 or better, there's no punishment failure pour involved. If he does not get 60 points, though.
60 points. Hey, out of the possible points in Madness, you know how many people have hit 60%? Zero ever in history. So reconsider, my friend. Jesus,
you have not had 100 points pop. Okay, so I should you have to get 6 out of the 10 right. Now there are bottle guesses involved. So if you get a bottle guess, that makes up for a missed point. Bottle guesses are 10 points apiece. So I figured this out. If you do really well on one glass, if you really zero in on the whole thing, you almost have 60 points just off of one glass.
Right.
Well, not quite.
You're giving away all the strategy.
Yeah.
He needs to come up with strategy. You're telling all the strategy. Dustin said that.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention anyway. I was thinking about why on directions on the boxes in the microwave, they say an 1100 watt microwave, but how many people have one of those? Probably not very many. So why doesn't that just give like 1,000 watt or a 900 watt? I don't know.
How do you even know how many watts your microwave has? I don't know how much.
You ask it when you open the door, and
I think you have to read.
I don't like
think
Actually, this is the best way.
We'll do that.
You follow the directions, and if it's still cold, it's not that many watts. So
there you go. But then if it's too hot, then it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
It's a good test.
Our microwave actually went out. We bought this house like 2 years ago.
Yep.
And then our microwave went out, and we were like, "Oh, cool! Our microwave's out. Lovely. There's $100 down the drain." Guess what? Microwaves not $100. Not even close
more
to
expensive.
$100.
Yeah.
They're quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Unless you want one of those dorm room size ones.
Yeah. Dustin says that we have the nicest kitchen of anyone on Whiskey Tube.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks. We can't take credit for it. We bought the house like this.
Yeah. It just woke up like this.
And
it
then
woke
we
up
moved
like
into
this.
It. Yeah. And then here we are.
Yeah. But we do. Somebody asked if we were going to do a whiskey wall behind us, like a lot of channels have, and we won't because we don't have any space for that. And also, we just like if you came over, Matt, if you were over here at the house hanging out with us having pours, we'd be sitting right here doing exactly what we're doing. So that's what we want it to feel like.
Yeah. So
it was a good question though, but Aaron ain't happy.
Plus, sitting in front of a bunch of whiskey bottles is pretty tacky, I would say. Don't you think?
It feels very fitting of the scene, though. Like, look at the lights in the background. I mean, if you weren't enchanting enough, Matt, you got the whole scene and the set going. I just missed the crickets.
Oh, they'll be back, I'm sure.
I was going to ask if you've seen them lately.
Not yet. Saw a big spider the other day, though. Don't tell my wife. Big one.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of spiders.
Yeah.
They freak me out.
So Aaron will be ranking this flight.
Oh, okay.
And when we work our way through here, I'll rank it just to say what I think I like the best and like the least.
Okay.
Matt's actually placing this in like a for real order, and then we'll start with his least favorite and work our way to his most favorite.
Okay.
And that's how we'll do the reveal on this. Okay. So Matt, the paper's there for you to take notes if you like, but you don't necessarily have to, as long as you know what answers you're submitting at the end. And then I will write those down. You don't have to text them to me. It doesn't have to be a textual conversation. You can just tell me.
Although you guys don't text, you just DM.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to take.
Yeah, Josh refused to give me his phone number.
I'll give you his phone number.
I'll give you my phone number. The only person on Whiskey Tube I'd be worried about giving my phone number to is Grease. And it's just for those. I've heard the early morning photo text can be a bit much.
Here's my first note for the flight. For doing this to me. We can't really. Suck on that.
So that gives me an idea for like a Pictionary style thing.
Oh yeah.
We could do a little Pictionary whiskey game.
So Glass A is pretty much not. It's not a Kentucky bourbon. This thing is from somewhere else. It's from out of Kentucky's solar system. It is
from outer space.
Over 100 proof. It is, man, it's a little crafty. It could be something from Texas. Could be, I don't know. It's a difficult one. Glass A isn't something. It's not your run of the mill average everyday super simple thing that I would send you for Matt Madness. Just saying.
Like barrel Seagrass 16 year. That wasn't or barrel Seagrass. It looked like light whiskey.
I got it.
What? Like it looked so light.
I don't know whiskey and I got that one.
Josh, did you say that you use club soda for a palate cleanser? Or did you say something else and I just thought it was club soda?
And I use water.
And coffee beans.
I use water for palate and coffee beans for nose. That's my wheelhouse. You're going the club soda route? Bold move.
Only because I thought you said that. That's the only reason. So
no, the Matt Madness, secret sauce is the pre-flight flight. People think I'm joking.
It's true.
I didn't have time for that. I was trying to figure out why my kids' television didn't have network connectivity. Figured it out. That was the last second. Nailed it. Can we move on to B yet? Because I'm over A.
We can.
We can move on to B. Let's move on to B. Keep in mind, as much as Matt loves A, you can win this flight if you want to get in on the super chats.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. As a matter of fact, if it's what I think it could possibly be, it's probably some of the best that I've had.
You know my favorite thing about. Go ahead, Matt.
Your favorite thing about what?
Oh, my favorite thing about this is that I don't even have to have a poker face because I don't know what's in what glass.
Oh, you mixed yours up?
Well, we're drinking the same thing at the same time, but they were poured and then they were mixed up and then labeled.
This smells like a burger from Burger King with lettuce and pickles.
Wow. So
Smell
like flame broiled?
Tell me you don't smell a burger from Burger King with lettuce and pickles. Specifically lettuce and pickles. And the lettuce is kind of soft.
We are professional whiskey tasters.
I'm serious.
Like what? I mean, just have Aaron on here throwing out notes that are going to screw me up because
that's the idea.
Have it your way at Burger King or whatever they say.
Well done. Yeah. Yeah. So the sample jars are in front of me out here, and on the bottom is the sticker that says what it is. So I won't know what it is until we do the reveal.
I still wasn't following how you said that we're tasting. Oh, because you don't know the order of them.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Damn it, Aaron. This is.
Do you get that wilted lettuce? Do you get it? Tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. Not. I mean, that's just because. I mean, obviously, I would have never ever thought that until you went and said it.
So part of this came from inspiration too when we were on Matt Madness the first round, and you had that Boone County 6-year or 7-year single barrel.
It was an 8-year. It was an 8-year. No,
8-year.
Whatever.
And Aaron said she got like pencil eraser on it or something, and you were like, why would you do that? Why would you put that note in my head?
No, I think that last time I tasted it, I thought about it, and I tasted it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the strategy to have Aaron on here tasting the flight with us and giving us all her excellent tasting notes.
Tastes pretty good.
Wow, the weird thing is I know what's in this flight, and the first 2 pours don't strike me as anything that I put in this flight.
Some pediatricians wouldn't treat this bourbon because it's aged longer than it's older. It's older bourbon.
An older bourbon.
But I think pediatricians treat up to 18, so that doesn't make sense though.
Yeah.
Bad joke. My bad.
It's okay.
Super stupid. Nothing weirder than seeing an 18-year-old at a pediatrician though. I gotta say, kind of strange.
I think I was like 16, 17 going to the pediatrician because I liked the guy so much. And then finally at some point it's like, this is getting a little embarrassing. It's time to switch gears.
He's like, never mind. Forgot this isn't my stream. My, how you've grown.
Oh man.
Gotta be careful. You just never know what stream you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm loving is I don't know if you're reading chat at all, Matt, or if you're locked in on this flight. Okay. Chat's got some fun stuff going on with speculation as to what's in the glasses, and it's a lot of fun.
Why is it fun?
Couldn't tell you. Seems like fun speculation is all.
I heard someone say it's a rye, but you know what? How can they know? They don't know.
They don't know. You don't know me.
Unless, of course, they do.
So A versus B, where are you at? Do you feel a strong preference either way?
Not yet. A
as far as like, what? Which one I like prefer? Oh, were you talking to Aaron? I'm silly.
Any of us. You, me. I don't have a preference yet. Do you?
Yeah, I think I prefer B over A, but then again, I have to go back. You know, it's weird tasting things back to back because whatever little friggin' Josh poured in glass A. Wait, you don't know the order though. Is that the thing?
Yep.
So you didn't scheme the order. That's not a thing. So you didn't.
No, yeah. You didn't scheme the order.
Never mind then. See, I'm trying to dig into your head, and there's nothing to dig into as far as the order goes. So
it's all empty up in here.
Straight up empty in here, except for Matt Madness trivia and studying.
Yeah. See, B is more familiar than A, to me anyway. But still, I don't know. I haven't done this kind of thing in a while. This is fun.
I know. I saw you saying something that you wanted maybe David to host a like a Matt Madness style thing, and have and this is going to pale in comparison to that. Eric, thank you so much, man. So this is going to pale in comparison to that because I am not the host that David is, and Aaron is not Kira. Like they are, the talent there is just, we're just here to drink whiskey and have fun. Yeah. But they are actually talented. But I thought this would be a good warm up to that for you. So we should say Matt's first order of business here is to rank the flight. So, sir, go at your pace. If you need to move on to C, if you need to bounce back to A, you do your thing, because we want to get the ranking down first, and then we want to start digging into what each glass might be. So on B, I'm getting a lot of oak on B on the palate, but not like a secondary barreling or anything like that. It's actual age. Like it's been in its original barrel for longer than, it's an aged bourbon, like that type of oak. But at the same time, could be wrong and look stupid. I hate saying stuff out loud because you just setting yourself up.
It's all right.
Ooh.
We don't know what we're doing, so you're good.
What do you
Glass C is so sweet.
Yeah. The podcast is in the chat, as is Glock Juice and Cheech and Northwest Bourbon.
Oh, wow. Hey,
yay.
guys.
Welcome, guys.
What's going on? Friggin' podcast. What a couple of guys.
I'm assuming that's Grease, because he said, hey.
Hey.
Oh, geez. B's are definitely Tabasco Dickle.
Whiskey Nose is in the chat. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes, man. Yeah, so coming off of B, C is definitely sweet. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. Just like Aiden in the chat. Very sweet. So,
depending on the day.
Sam is in the chat.
It's also kind of tart smelling. It's like a sweet tart.
Like a sweet tart. Okay.
I can see that.
I'm going to taste it.
Let's get into it. Down the hatch. I'm wondering if I sent you the right flight.
What does that mean?
Nothing is hitting me like I thought it would.
Do you want me to check and see?
No, I know it's right. Okay. I'm just making jokes. Kevin S is in the chat. Ooh, he says he's got about a week left before he cracks open his banana or his Brown Foreman banana pancakes blend. We have gotten more emails about that blend than anything else.
Because it's so good.
So it's equal parts Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, Old Forester 1910, and Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Just let those mingle for a while. Comes out to be, depending on your Jack Daniel's barrel proof, like right around 100 to 104 proof. Very good.
Yeah. Very, very good.
So this isn't an excuse, but it's a question. If anybody in chat has gone through the same thing, this is just a conversation starter. I've been like, a lot of things on the nose haven't really smelled very, I don't know. Things have been smelling weird lately. But the only thing I've changed in my daily habits is I started using Flonase, like allergy medication that goes up the nose. Yeah. And I wonder if that has affected anybody else, or if it's all in my head, because I don't know. Like, to me, that tastes like something, but then I smell it and I'm like, that doesn't smell like a thing it should smell like.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that up the nose is an issue for anybody.
I feel like it can't not affect it, right? But it's supposed to make you be able to smell better because you won't be having allergies, right?
Well, it's not supposed to make you smell better, but it is supposed to combat allergies if you have them. By the way, I got to say hey to Kenny Stevens in the chat saying happy birthday. Thanks, man. I will say that I've been on float, like allergies hit me so hard every year. Same. And every spring I forget how bad they are. And like, if I would have been on the first round of Matt Madness that I was on like a week before, I would have been wrecked. I would have been so bad. But Flonase and Allegra, or whatever it is, Zyrtec, something or another.
Allegra D.
Yeah. I'm on the up the nose spray plus the oral tablet spray thing. So
oh dang. Double decker.
Yeah, same here. We both have to do it.
It's bad here.
Nose. It's so bad.
And I do it first thing in the morning, and I haven't noticed it affecting the way whiskeys smell in the evenings. But if you did it, It's probably like a good hour. I would say that it kind of has like a little bit of a lingering effect.
Yeah, because that Flonase stuff actually has a strong scent to it.
Yeah,
It does.
It's like
my wife can smell it if I use it. She's like, "What is? Oh, you just used your." I'm like, "Yeah, it's in my nose now, doing all magical things."
The chat saying showering makes you smell better, not Flonase. Because I said
Also
Flonase
true.
makes you smell better.
Oh,
I meant it helps you smell more clearly, but
better,
they're taking it.
Yeah.
Showering is a good thing.
I gotcha.
I would recommend showering.
Things go over my head sometimes. Like Grease hit me with that. He said, "I hope I get empanada points," and I was like, I didn't even get it until Aaron explained it to me, and I was like, "All right, it's amateur hour over here."
It was not a great joke either. So
I don't know. It works in this context.
All right, so what are thoughts on C?
What do you think about C?
It's fine. It's not my favorite so far.
Yeah. What's your front runner?
A or B? I don't know which one yet.
Okay. Matt, what's your front runner?
I think B or C. It's hard to say. I have to go back to taste B again. I already forgot what B tastes like. Oh, older. Oaky. I think B is better than, I think I prefer B over C, but there's something about C that's really, it's nice to me. It's a sweet sipper. It's really something about C it makes me think, oh, this actually could be something special, even though I don't deserve to be sent anything special. One time, Mash and Drum Jason sent me a whole flight of BTAC stuff and Booker's 30th and everything. And I had a little bit of a cold and I didn't like any of them. Really. Oh. This was early on, very early on. And I felt so bad when I opened up the key and I was like, oh, good God. Wish I could do this over again. I looked like a jerk.
So I've got a question for you. You say it seems like it might be something that could be special.
Mm.
We taste everything blind on our channel, and I really do try to key in on if I think something is special, I want to be able to speak to that. But oddly, when things are totally blind and I don't even know, a lot of times things that sometimes are special don't come across very special to me. So what are you looking for when you say that something, expound upon that a little bit? When you say it seems like it might be special, is it like a mouthfeel thing, a finish thing, a balance thing?
Well, the whiskeys that are truly special to me, I always say that when I taste something that's truly special that I really love, doesn't matter what it is, but if I really love it, as soon as it hits my mouth, it takes over. And it's it sticks its flag on the ground. And it's hey, all y'all who were doing things in this mouth before I got here, you're done.
Bye.
You hear me? Yeah. Well, you're done. Until I'm go past the dangly thing in the back of the throat, and we're a few minutes from now, we'll resume work. But for now, nothing is getting done here except for whatever I'm doing, and whatever I'm doing is awesome. It's friggin' awesome. And it's a whole experience. This one doesn't do that, but there's also things that you've tasted before that are oh, this is, I wouldn't categorize this as something that I absolutely love, but something that it reminds me of things that it tastes like a good weeder to me. To me, it tastes like something that's super sweet, super, there might be a little bit of age on it, but it's I think a lot of other people would love this more than me, but which I categorize as it could possibly be special. But to me, it's not, doesn't blow my whatever back, my unibrow back.
So are you saying in a wheat-based bourbon, like a wheated bourbon, is one of the options on the mash bill answers? So are you saying that because of the softness that you're getting, on the the way it comes into the palate?
Soft and sweet. I get a lot of the. I don't get a lot of flavor on the back of the palate. I get a lot up front. I was as I tasted, I'm this reminds me of something like a Weller Foolproof or something. But then I went back to the nose, and that's when I mentioned the Flonase thing. It's it doesn't smell like that. And I've actually had that experience a lot recently with smelling multiple things in a row. I got some samples from a different channel that I had to actually rank. And by the fifth sample, I was are these all MGP? and I just realized that my nose was just goofed up.
Yeah.
So
it's fatigued, I'm sure.
Oh, excuse me. It does not. My nose is perfect. It's something else. It's not
right.
No. The instrument is flawless. It's something external. Okay.
Fair enough.
Aaron,
It's someone else's fault.
It's a precision instrument.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. 100%.
Kevin S. hit it on the head right there in the chat. This is my mouth now.
That's what a good pour does.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
JG's in the chat, dropping super chats.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. And Knucklehead is here. Always good to see that.
He had to leave.
He said he couldn't stay long.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you on D yet, Matt?
I just picked up and put my giant nose in it.
All right. What do you think about D?
I haven't
Let's
D yet.
Let's get into it. Let's experience it together.
Do you have a floater in there? Or no, it's an air bubble. It looked like you had
like
something floating in there. It was an air bubble.
Could be barrel char.
It was an air bubble.
Kim S is in on the super chat. Says thinks the whiskey special when it evokes a memory that's meaningful to me.
Oh yeah, I get that.
In that sense, Aaron has actually gotten caught up on something like Sazerac rye. Like the taste itself isn't like a special whiskey. It's pretty inexpensive rye, but it put you on a front porch with your childhood friends, over at her house.
There was a smell that took me back to my childhood. So that was special, even though historically I don't love the taste of it. It's fine. D kind of smells chalky to me.
Chalky.
Yeah. Chocolatey and chalky.
Aaron, please.
Chalky chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Say that 5 times fast.
Chalky chocolate, chalky chocolate, chalky chocolate, chalky chocolate, chalky chocolate. Okay, never mind.
Pretty good.
You on a roll.
Actually, you did pretty good. Oh, it tastes like.
Speaking of pretty good.
What's that pink stuff you drink as a kid? Is it penicillin? Amoxicillin?
Pepto-Bismol.
No, not that. I think it's
thinking.
amoxicillin.
Like the antibiotic.
I think it's what it tastes like a little bit.
What?
A little bit, just on the front end. That's it, and then it goes away.
This is why we get paid the big bucks, Matt. Take notes.
This is a very antibiotic-like.
Just a little bit.
Dadgummit.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh,
very chocolatey. Very. Yeah, you were right in the chocolate. Dang it! Is this a finished whiskey? I cannot.
This is hot.
This is difficult. I always do poorly on just letting you know. If I get 0 points, guess what?
You're still the best scorer.
Still the best.
And you're still a winner in our book.
Always and forever.
So, this is.
You can't say too much because you know what's in there. So you're trying to
Yeah.
I'm really trying to toe a line between wanting to talk about things but not wanting to give anything away. I'm just trying to think about what I put in the flight and if I could even identify what this is out of the things that I put in or not. So far, I would be 0 for 3 if I guessed, I'm sure.
Huh.
Aiden says he doesn't think he's ever heard someone say dadgum out of whiskey tube. Come to Tennessee. So Joe Carter says a special whiskey to him is all about the mouthfeel, something like Old Forester single barrel strength, midwinters, Master's Keep Wild Turkeys, and Maker's Private Selects. Yeah, I think that when you dabble in the lower price whiskeys, they miss that element of the mouthfeel.
This game sucks. Sorry.
Matt is pissed.
You mean there's paper here and instructions?
I just realized that I honestly just realized that this could go very poorly.
Matt, you have the answers. You just have to match them to the right pours.
How many can you choose for each pour? 2 answers for each pour?
2 for each pour.
2 answers for each pour. So this is a funny thing is we are through 4. I've tasted 4 so far. Like none of them has jumped out as like, oh, this is extra low proof, or this is way higher proof than the other ones, which are answers. None of them has been like, oh, this is for sure a rye whiskey, which kind of sucks. I was hoping that there'd be like a Willet or something in there where I was like, thanks, Josh, for the.
Thanks for
nope.
The old underhand law.
Yeah. You know.
JG says he just gave me my tasting notes. What was it? Wait, did I miss something?
Oh, scroll up. See. We're still trying to figure out how to live stream. Oh, it tastes like antibiotics from the newly paved road with fresh trimmed grass. Yeah, that's an Aaron tasting note for sure.
Michael asks, my mother has seen more middle fingers than I don't. If you only knew my dad. My dad behind the wheel. My dad behind the wheel of an automobile is a middle finger machine.
Just like at the Jack in the Box, you never know what's going to pop up.
Yeah.
When I was learning how to drive, he's like, "Did you use your turn signal?" I said, "I sure did." And he goes, "Did you use your middle finger?" And I was like, "No." He said, "Well, surely somebody is driving poorly around here."
Look,
I feel like Josh can get on board with that.
Matt, I'll tell you, as part of I work at UPS, and I drive tractor.
Thanks,
I drive tractor trailer, but I drove package car for years, delivery driving with packages, and we were taught to communicate in traffic by using your horns, lights, and signals. That's a UPS tenet principle for a professional driver. Sounds like you're using your horns, lights, and all available signals to communicate with traffic around you. And that is safe driving, sir. So you're in the clear from a professional standpoint. Knuckleheads.
Are you on E yet? I just started smelling E.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I picked up E as well.
Now E is, dang it. I think I hate being this guy who's just going to say something wrong, but I think the E is possibly a rye on the nose. Getting a little bit of rye spice, a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, I was gonna say this smells like big red gum.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
If you don't like that,
Ricky Bobby's got choice words for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
very nice on the E. Let me taste it. Let me taste the
into
E.
it.
Okay. Not what I expected.
A lot less powerful than I was imagining. It's a lot less.
Yeah, same.
A lot less potent. It's softer. I still believe it is. Still believe it's a rye, but I think lower proof. Oh, I almost did it with the thing.
It almost
hit the elbow on it.
It almost all came crashing down.
Yeah. If I do that, you'll know that I gave up when I was going to do really bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost all the sample.
It's all
Oops. All right. So work through at your leisure now at this, or you say leisure or leisure? Some people say leisure, right?
I think it's a joke.
Dude, is it a real joke, or do people actually say that?
Thing.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Joe Carter's in another super chat. You got him in there?
I will.
All right.
Slow your roll, bro.
Joseph Magnus is in here saying Pikesville rye.
Nope.
And Wild Turkey rye. I'm just telling you what chat's saying.
I think that it was too pronounced of a rye note to be anything that's like I'm trying to think of a lower, you know what? I'm not trying to think of it. Do one thing at a time, Matt. Rank these buggers. See,
while you're
chose my B word properly.
DC says, based on Josh's lineup, these are all dark. So if it's young, it could be finished. And finished whiskey is one of the mash bill options that Matt can select from.
Oh man.
All right.
This would be hard. I feel badly now for Matt.
We have to rank this flight too. Matt, what are you feeling like? Do you have a bead on like proof point on any of these? Like, is that? I tend to kind of think of proof point as like my starting point that I can kind of start zeroing in on what something might be.
So the way you've set this stupid game up is very difficult because you have to think of so many things. Like, what's your favorite? You know what? I'm going to put them in an order that doesn't even matter because guess what? That doesn't matter. I'm not going to sip through these wondering which one I like the most.
Yeah.
So that part of your game can what Trev Wilson and the Shelf Turd say can suck it.
It's a distraction tactic.
Because just placing stuff like these are good. There's nothing in here that's bad at all. So placing them is difficult in its own right.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to place them and like to be totally, I feel like I really want to make sure I get these right. I'd have to sip through all of these a couple more times to be like, I think I got all these right. But then after I did that, then you want me to do the work? No, I'm going to start with the work, and then we'll event. So your game, the whole ranking part of it, we'll get there at the end.
Yeah.
And if that's not okay with you, then I'm one click away from watching the soup. Never actually, I almost give a spoiler about a TV show, and I'm not.
Uh-oh.
You have people super mad in the chat if you do that.
Show?
Not gonna say.
Oh, now I want to know. I love TV.
Oh wow! Going back to glass A after coming off of E, it smells like straight up maple syrup.
Well, it smelled like maple syrup the first time I said that.
This is like extra.
Oh yeah, but it actually smells like syrup now.
Yeah, like the extra dark, like extra amber or whatever it's called.
I don't know.
So you know what that is, obviously.
Oh yeah, I know my way around a bottle of maple syrup.
Yeah, I'm too big, and I have too many like problems with walking up a flight of stairs to like anything else that smells like maple syrup.
So I got a hard time believing 184 people in chat, which is like 182 more people than we normally have in chat. Yeah, like we have a lot of people in here. I think most people who keep up with Matt's channel know the origin story of his whiskey channel, where he started as a fishing channel and then was hanging out in some of the whiskey chats and then transitioned into doing his own videos and then became the world's top whiskey taster, according to Bardstown Bourbon Company. Not Stuff and Whiskey sanctioned. We'll be the judge of that once we're done with this. But I am interested to hear in how you got into whiskey in the first place. I've not heard that story.
You want me to do that while this? You are asking so much of me.
Have you ever seen Hot Ones, Matt?
Yeah. Host is super, super nice. He lets, I don't know, it's edited. It's not live. Hot Ones live would be a disaster.
Thank you, Tommy. Tommy in the super chat.
Thank you, Tommy. We got you on the giveaway. The winner, we have 2 winners tonight for the giveaway.
Yeah.
We've got somebody's winning this flight, including the control pour, which Matt should be ignoring right now. We can talk about it later. And then the other person that wins is going to win a bottle. If I was smart, I would have went and got the unopened one. But this is the 1792 full proof pick that I did. We don't do barrel picks at Stuff and Whiskey, but I got to go on a barrel pick for 1792 full proof with a local store. This was by far, of the 4 barrels that we got to taste, this was by far the front runner. It was so good. And whoever wins, we're going to draw 2 winners, and whoever is the first drawn, you get to pick. Do you want the flight or do you want the 1792 full proof? And then whoever is the second drawn, they will get the other option.
Yeah, I got to highlight Bev's comment. Do you see that? Josh, do you even know what ADHD means? Or even know what it even means?
I'm pretty familiar with the A and the D and the H. And I'm not 100% familiar with the second D because I've not been diagnosed, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You're rude. Wow. This is going like I expected it to go. It's bad. It's real bad.
Better than 30 seconds. I'll tell you that much.
I think that I'm drawing lines now, which I might scribble out. I'm not sure I scribble out a line, but I will if I have to.
You can do it.
And by the way, the option of lowest price and highest price is a bunch of BS. How the heck are you going to know what's the low? There's no possible way.
You have 15 answers.
Well, I know
and you can just choose not to select those two.
Yeah.
I might just select them to not look stupid. Be like, oh, how would anybody ever know?
So we say it all the time. Being such a consumer-focused channel, like people get on to us about price and availability. They're like, why does that matter as to what the whiskey tastes like? And I do see that point, but honestly,
it doesn't matter to what it tastes like, but it matters on if we're going to spend our money on it.
Yeah, it matters to us. And so we don't want to just, for us, that is a big part of the conversation. So the reason that that's included is if something tastes super special and stands out as really special, then it's probably the highest price. And if something stands out as kind of janky, then it's probably the lowest price. So I'm not going to tell you whether you should select those or not. I just
spilled that on my leg. Son of my... I'm gonna send. So I still owe you for winning Matt Madness trivia. I didn't send that with the sample flights or for Matt Madness, so I do still owe you that. But when you do your your blind tastings, when you put them in your blind sample pool, do you just need 2 ounces? Is that what you guys use, or do you use 1 ounce, or what do you use? It doesn't really matter. I can send 2. I just want to make sure it's the same size bottle that you guys use.
Yeah, 2 ounces, and all our bottles match. And like, even I'm going to get super nerdy, but like on the bottom of some bottles, there's like a large number. And so I don't want to accidentally feel that large number on my pinky as I'm pouring it. So I will transfer it into a sample jar that matches all our other stuff. And if you're sending it for like the first sip and you want it to be like, we'll talk about it. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
But 2 ounces is
two ounces is the short answer. It's
because I'm going to send you. I want to send you some samples to do to put in your blind tasting pool. One of them being Rare Stash, and which you're like, oh, if I think it tastes good, it's going to be. It's like, guess what? Tastes like pure garbage, and is $100. So out the window with your theory. And P.S. by the way, AW. So Matt would be one of those guys as a contestant on Matt Madness. Lol. What does that mean? What guy? What's he even talking about?
I don't even know.
We're doing things different here today. Listen, you'll see me do Matt Madness. It's going to be very, very bad as well. But what do you mean those guys? One of those guys. What did I say?
Bob says I cheated. I'd love to know how.
Yeah.
Please let me know in the comments. In the chat, hit me up. JG has the right idea. He says it's a consumer-focused channel, and he is consuming now. So he is.
There you go.
JG is on it. JG is like a flag. He's on top of things. Oh man, this is a tricky flight, Matt. So what I'll often do is, if I'm going to put together a flight, I'll usually taste it beforehand, and I didn't do that in this case. And I might owe you an apology.
No, this is what's fun, is actually tasting everything. It's so difficult to double blind guess everything. So that's why, like, when people guess bottles on Matt Madness, I'm like, holy crap, you really, you know that stuff. Yeah. But I wish I wouldn't have sent you the samples already for the finals, Josh. I really wish I knew what I was in for here before that. Well, that's okay.
So those, and you can kind of tune us out here if you want, Matt, if you want to focus on some stuff. But so the samples for Matt Madness on Friday's round, which I'll have some questions for Matt about, which he may not be disclosing much information about. He seems to be keeping his cards fairly close to his vest, chest. What do people say?
Close to the vest.
Close to the vest?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I mean, he does wear a sweater vest, so the math checks out there. But we are going to be in Kentucky this week. We're going up to Louisville from a birthday trip type of deal. We're going up on Tuesday and coming back on Thursday, and the samples are arriving on Wednesday. So we're going to hope they fare well a day on the porch. Otherwise, I will be pouring random things.
I think we're going to get our neighbor. We're going to get our neighbor.
No, we'll have our neighbors on top of it. Yeah. But yeah, if you're in Louisville, Kentucky on Wednesday, that'll be our full day up there. We live here in Nashville. We're just like a 2.5 hour drive away, and I drive 8 or 9 hours a day anyway. So popping up to Louisville is a pretty short trip.
Yeah.
We'll be up in Louisville. If you're in Louisville on Wednesday, let us know. Instagram would be a good spot. Stuff and Whiskey at Stuff and Whiskey. We're trying to just kind of have some time to ourselves, but maybe if we could put together like a little bar meetup or something, that would be kind of cool.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Something like midday Wednesday or something like that. Hit us up. We're not even sure where we're going.
No, we're not. But Joe said he had about 3 ounces of banana pancakes blend and about 2 ounces of poor man's pappy left.
Interesting.
And mix them together.
Okay, we've mixed up some poor man's pappy, and it's coming up on a first sip segment because we had not tried that before. It's coming up on a first sip segment. It's a good one. We're actually. Oh, should we break some news here?
I don't know.
So we're actually going to be splitting our podcast inspired Tuesday episodes into 2 episodes.
Shorter episodes.
Where the Tuesday episode is going to be like the more conversational, like specific topic discussion.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, you're going to get the first sip, and it's going to be its own standalone video. So we're going to go from 2 videos a week to 3 videos a week.
But you won't see that change until about August, right?
Yeah, we pre-film, and we are pre-filmed out to August. We're not pre-edited out to August, but we are pre-filmed out to mid-August. So around mid-August, you'll start to see the switch over. And Cheech has us on the Stuff and Whiskey merch. If you like this shirt, this shirt is everything I want in a shirt, and it's so soft, and I love it.
Josh
so you
ordered
can get
like multiple colors.
I'm gonna have one.
Order more.
I want to have one in every color, but nonetheless, we're splitting our Tuesday videos. We're going to be in Louisville on Wednesday. If any of that sounds interesting to you, hit us up. Yeah. How you doing over there, Maddie?
All I heard was blah blah blah.
That's fair. That's all it really was.
That's all Aaron hears when I talk.
Most of the time.
But at least she's looking at something handsome.
That's true. Looking at those eyes that match that shirt. What?
Those eyes. It's just a good song.
I don't know that song.
Neither.
I think you're more up on pop culture. Like if it was not Matt Madness trivia and it was pop culture trivia, I would have bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. We're in the same boat there. I do very bad at pulp culture.
Pulp culture.
Son of everything's bee.
Oh, Aiden said that somebody in chat wants a repeat on how to make the banana pancakes blend.
Okay, yeah. So the banana pancakes blend is a equal parts in thirds. It's Old Forester 1910, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, and Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof. This blend, we came upon it completely by accident. Maybe it's already been out there, but way back in the channel history, we had Woodford Reserve Double Oak versus 1910 as a double blind head-to-head.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed both of them quite a lot. They actually scored very well for us, completely blind. And then at the end of the video, I put them together, and I was like, oh, man, this is better than either one of these apart.
It was better than some of its
But
parts,
it needed a little bit more proof. So we added in some Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, which is a product that I enjoy, but it's not necessarily my favorite product. And we put that in there, and it brought the proof up to about 104, and it was so good. And then we thought, okay, maybe that's just because of this single barrel. So then our friend Barry Hawk sent us a blend, the exact same blend from his bottle of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof in part of like a blind 12 Days of Christmas type of deal.
Yeah.
And it blew me away, double blind. Like I could not believe how good it was.
It was so good.
And
there's a question here for me asking if I'm going to the Bourbon Women's Symposium this year. I don't even know what that is. What is it? I want to know. I'm not going, but if I know, maybe I'll go next year.
Kim S., can you DM us some info on that at Instagram or just email us at stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. I don't know why I tell people to send us Instagram stuff. We're never on Instagram.
Yeah, email.
stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You have a front runner?
I do. I have mine ranked.
Oh, wow. If what I think is what I think it is, this is fascinating.
Fascinating?
Yep.
Why is it
he
fascinating?
also raised his eyebrows when he said it. Fascinating.
He did. So that means it's like extra fascinating.
I got a lot of travel on these bad boys.
That means I didn't pick something that he thought I would pick. That's what that means. That means what I like is probably something he thought I wouldn't like as much.
Or I'm just saying that to throw Matt off.
No, you're not.
So the idea here is that we'll maybe do this in the charity fundraiser in October, and we might have a few channels on. And I mean, I think as you as the first contestant, what did I say?
Contestant.
I'm salivating so much from these glasses that it's making it hard to talk, which is a terrible problem to have on a live stream when you're hosting it.
Just get to it.
But I think you have first right of refusal. So if the dates line up, maybe you can come on for some.
He might hate this game so much he doesn't ever want to speak to us again.
Yeah.
Wait, were you talking to me? Were you guys talking? I'm super sorry. What's going on?
Zero. You're good. Zero in. We can talk about it. Yeah.
Oh no, I was zeroed in. Now I'm not.
We were talking about how beautiful you were. Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, if you want to hear a bunch of lies, tune into Stuff and Whiskey once a month on their live stream.
This is where we need that clip where you hit the button and you play the "you lie."
You liar, 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 pants on fire.
Liar. Thanks, James. James and Fallon are in the house.
Hey, thanks for joining in.
Yeah, guys.
Rare breed and peanut M&Ms. Oh, heck yeah. That is a great combination.
What? I want to go to there.
Bill raises an interesting point. If you want to highlight his chat, have you hit the like button yet? We got 190 people in here.
Have you?
If you hit the like, it's totally free. Doesn't take any time to do.
It takes a little bit of time, but it doesn't cost you any money.
That's true. It helps us out a ton.
It does.
And it helps Matt. We're trying to we wanted to have him on, grow his channel a little bit.
We know he's a struggling, fledgling new channel, so we want to help him out.
Thank you for that.
Funny enough, being plugged into the Whiskey Tube space and watching these channels and being able to be a part of things like this. I mean, we're hosting this one, but being able to be on Matt Madness is I couldn't have even thought it was a thing. So to be at 5,000 subscribers and to have all you guys tuning in tonight is really cool. And we really, really appreciate you being here. I'm
still baffled that people like to hear us talk. Every time, every day, I'm like, why? I'm so confused why people like to hear us talk.
Let's be honest. They're here for you and Matt, and I'm just...
No, they're
here to pour the whiskey.
Rick Grimes, they're here for you.
No.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful community, though, and that charity fundraiser we did, you guys will see also, I'm making a hard push on the end of our videos to solicit bottle donations for the charity fundraiser, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it up now since we're on the topic, but... You don't have to do anything with them. You just have to earmark them to the side, and then we'll deal with it during the charity fundraiser. But to be able to be part of that, to see all the things that go on as far as fundraising efforts that mean so much to so many people in so many different avenues. And we pretty much donate to everyone that we see as far as money goes. We need bottle donations for ours. We've got some bottles to donate, but we've got, we need bottle donations to drive these funds. So yeah. Come on. If you want to earmark something, set it to the side.
He's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that.
Picked up an Old Forester Single Barrel Bear Proof. Heck yeah, man. Congratulations. Dude, those bottles are so good.
I don't like your game.
What'd you say, Matt?
I don't like your game because you can only pick one thing once. So then the things with... So... Let's say for sample B, I'm like, oh, I think this and this about it. But if I want to be more specific, then I risk then I risk getting it wrong. Let's say, for example, I think I know what state it was distilled in, and then I put that there. And then sample A, I'm like, you know what? I think I know what state that's distilled in. I can't use that. Unless, of course, I change B into the distillery I think it came from, risking the points.
You got to risk it for the biscuit, Matt.
How bad do you want the biscuit, Matt? How bad do you want the biscuit?
I think you'd be surprised.
No.
Or you might not be surprised. It's pretty bad.
I would be surprised at anybody that didn't want to risk it for the biscuit, to be honest with you. Yeah. Who doesn't like biscuits?
Not
homemade biscuits are the bombs.
Saucy Shane said he'd be happy to.
You know what I'm doing? I'm going a little crazy here.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that pour. Beautiful.
So Bando was wondering what the situation with Matt Madness is. Is it over? What's the schedule?
Okay, so Matt can speak to that. But what I'm curious about is that he said he's not doing any more double headers. That's what he said. He could retract that. That's not a binding contract. I mean, it just depends on if he wants to be a man of his word or not. And then we have 4 people. We have Grease and Cam on this side of the bracket, or I don't know how you're seeing it, but to me, it's on this side of the bracket. And then me and Dutch on this side of the bracket. Are we all 4 getting the same samples?
I don't know.
I don't think Matt can even answer, because that would give an unfair advantage to anybody not watching, which, I think they maybe deserve an unfair advantage if they're not watching. But nonetheless, he probably can't comment. My speculation is that we all have the 4 samples that are the same, and we're going to be going at once, which that would be so much fun to have all 4 of us drinking the same thing and guessing. I don't know if Matt's going to take the top 2. I'm speculating. I don't know if Matt's going to take the top 2. I don't know if the winner from me and Dutch and the winner from Cam and Grease will move on. I would just welcome the chance to beat Dutch, but then also beat Cam and Grease's score at the same time to really set a tone for the finals and put Dan Shook on notice. I would like that a lot. So
would you know?
I would.
Okay.
So we'll see how Matt decides to run it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not his therapist. I can't speak to how he wants to do things. All I can do is speculate over here, and I'm trying to get inside his head.
You don't want to be in this thing. It's not you'll fail. If you ever let's say you could step foot in here, you'd be like, oh my gosh, let me out. Please let me out.
So those things where you walk through the door, you just look around, you're like,
there's nowhere to walk.
All right.
It's like an episode of Hoarders, except for mental edition. And you're like, oh my gosh, he's got 13-year-old memories in here just rotting on the floor.
Shout out to Joe in the chat, saying they're willing to donate a Weller Antique 107 and a special reserve from Ohio, the land of Weller.
Yeah, so
as well as a Buffalo Trace store pick. And a mirror pick. Yeah, absolutely. Josh, Joe, dude, that would be so amazing to have you guys on board. Absolutely.
So we'll reach out. You'll reach out.
Yeah.
To Joe.
I'll call Joe.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Oops. I meant to. There we go. Oh, did we get to pick the chat? Where am I? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. I already got that. Old Man Bourbon. Okay. Sorry.
That's handy.
The chat is like.
People talk about pop out chat. I don't even know what pop out chat is. What's pop out chat?
It pops out into a different.
Teach us things.
A different window.
Wow. D is so sweet.
That's what she said.
What is?
Oops.
Yowza.
All right.
Saucy Shane says they recently did a Blue Note juke joint pick for our store. Fantastic. So, Saucy Shane, what's your store, man? If you're willing to say it, don't feel like you have to.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to say it, let me know. JG says I'll be the junkie hunter. Oh, let me get to the final one. I will be. I had to get past Dutch first. Dutch is no joke in Matt Madness. Like, he is. That man knows.
Or do you have to get by Dutch? That's the question.
Oh, my how the turntables.
Michael Scott.
Yeah, man.
So D is so familiar, it's driving me so crazy. I'm so mad at D. I'm so mad at you, but because of
and also D.
Son of
JG says pop out chat is when you break out in a rap. We cannot freestyle, so I'm not even gonna. There's not enough whiskey in the world for me to embarrass myself in that way. You're solid. You're rock solid on your rankings.
No, D's coming up a bit.
Where would you put the control pour in this too?
Oh, I haven't even tasted the control pour because I know what it is.
Oh, that's right.
So I haven't even tried it.
I told you what that was.
Yeah, you told me what it was.
I do know what the control pour is. I don't know what this order is. I know what the control pour is.
Oh, thank you, Fallon. Tried E.H. Taylor for the first time tonight, and all I can say is yum.
The small batch? Yeah, it's so funny. Like, that's one of the few Buffalo Trace products we actually really enjoy. I think pretty much like Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor small batch, and then Stag Jr. are kind of our Buffalo Trace wheelhouse products. Well, Stag Jr. for me. If you saw Thursday's video, you'll know how Aaron feels about Stag Jr.
Yeah.
But you do like Eagle Rare, and you do like
I do.
E.H. Taylor Small Batch.
I do.
So I did a thing where I threw some papers that I shouldn't have thrown. When it says rye bourbon, does that mean low rye, or does it just mean that it has a rye flavor grain? Because there's a high rye bourbon, which means above 20%, 20% or above. I read that part. I did read that. But what does rye bourbon mean?
So you are right. You did throw a paper you shouldn't have thrown. Rye bourbon is any bourbon where rye is a secondary grain, including high rye bourbons, because in those rye is a secondary grain. But
Understood.
High rye bourbon as a category of rye bourbon is specifically anything that has 20 or more % rye as a secondary
Understood.
grain.
Super understood. Great.
Yeah. You got
Wonderful.
this. You know this.
You got it.
This is the worst. All right.
So the funny
I've got to
thing is
guess the bottles?
You don't have to. That's
Well,
just
no,
an
I have
option.
to because
It's
he
like-
says that I've got to get a passing score.
It's extra credit though. If you
It's
want
extra
to.
credit. You know how like when in school when you could get the extra credit points and you were like, oh man, I need this extra credit. And based on how
I do
like
for
going
sure.
for you, you probably need the extra credit. So you might want to just throw some. You might want to float a few bottle guesses.
Just
out there.
guess rare breed for everything.
Yeah, Aaron's onto something.
If these are all rare breed, I'm going to be so mad.
What if it was 5 of the exact same bottles of rare breed, and you were like, "Wow, these are all
like
over
they
the
all
place. I
smell
can't
the
even put my
best.
finger
Yeah,
on it."
I thought about doing that for Matt Madness, and actually, I thought about sending, like especially you. I've got 5 different batches of uncut, unfiltered, and I was like, oh,
That'd be so cruel, but also kind of awesome.
we didn't do it.
Or did you?
Where did I? Okay, I scribbled out. Oh yeah, that's when I started getting upset about the whole game thing. Yep. Everything sucks. Oh wow, because sample A, I don't think it's that. I think.
Vando?
I'm gonna be here. Okay, we need to finish. Give me a time limit where I need to be done by, so
right.
that I don't screw this up. 3 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds, whatever.
We're gonna give you 7 minutes.
That's
we
what I
are
care.
on Central Time. You've got till 9:35 to wrap this up because we need to start doing the reveal
And then the giveaway.
and then the giveaway.
Yep.
So if you want in on the giveaway, as it's scrolling on the bottom there, you could win this flight if you so choose, if you're the first person chosen.
Yep.
Or you could win a bottle of 1792 full proof. We don't do stuff and whiskey picks, but I got to go on this pick.
Yep.
And if you want to super chat, you could get this bottle.
It's really good.
It's really good. If you're the first place person, then you get to pick. Do you want the flight or do you want the bottle? The second place person is going to go to the next. So Greg is on top of it. He says, Maddie, 8:35 your time. So 7 minutes, 6 minutes now. It's not like the clock's ticking down or anything. So I realized as I was putting this flight together, Matt's probably not paying attention. He shouldn't be. He should be focusing. I realized putting this together how much of a benefit ShaylaBot is in Matt Madness this year. Because having to type out the answer key and the possible answers that could be in this, it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
It took up a whole sheet of paper. And I'd show it, but it has
Oh my
the bottom.
gosh. I just realized I did something so stupid.
Uh-oh.
Oh, how did you say, Aaron? The turntables?
My, how the turntables. Yeah.
Did your turntable turn and you lost track of what was what?
Whoa. Unreal. Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
I mistook its kindness for weakness. And by that, I mean I mistook its state of distillation for its barreling. If that makes sense.
For its barreling? That does
Yeah.
not make sense.
We'll see what he says.
We're getting there.
Aiden says Shayla's just great in general, and we absolutely agree. And Aaron wants to wear her skin. And Greg Johnson says he's watching a master at work, and I don't know if he's talking about me, Matt, or Aaron. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
I think probably Aaron.
No.
So Glock Juice says, talk us through this process. So Matt has the answers, but he also has extra answers the idea behind this was like an antithesis to Matt Madness, where you have such little time to determine things. We wanted to give Matt not all the time in the world, because we can't be on here all night, but we wanted to give him ample time, an hour plus, to determine things about the whiskey he's drinking. And ideally, we give him just enough leeway to get himself thoroughly confused and not to know what's what, not to know up from down, left to right. All he's got to do is just guess proof,
he matches the
distillation
samples with some answers, and the answer choices that we've given him are in the description, in the video description.
At the very bottom.
So you can see what the answers are that he's picking from, and basically he just has to match them up. You know, draw like kind of like in school when you had a vocab word and you had a definition, you had to match up the definition to the word. Yeah. It's like that.
We're photographers, but we don't have one of those fancy cameras that like zooms in to like focuses in on what you're doing. But this is the sheet that Matt has.
Question. So, he has a question.
Yes, sir. Hit us.
Oh, thanks, Ben. We got you.
People be posting those moon videos and stuff on TikToks, but like the zoom. Like, can you really get that close to the moon with a zoom?
You know, you said moon videos, and I thought people were showing their booties. So I'm lost. We don't have TikTok.
We're not on the talk.
Yeah.
You're so much more hip than us.
There's a bunch of photos too, but it's like, how close can you get to the surface of the moon? Can you see like with a good zoom lens?
Not very close. It's like that's telescope territory.
Yeah, that's telescope, and it's also hard because you don't have any frame of reference. If it's just the moon,
all right,
it doesn't ever look as grand.
I want to answer your question correctly in case there's anybody in the chat that understands what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say words and they're going to mean things. And if you know what I'm saying, then you'll know what I'm saying. So you can get a good photo of the moon with a professional camera rig. All you need to do is do a long exposure, and you need to stop down enough that everything is sharp so that when you crop in, the resolution is retained so that you still have a good photo after you crop in. Because if you have poor resolution, you're not going to be able to maintain the overall image quality that you need after you crop in, because a standard zoom lens, it's like a 70-200 or some equivalent.
Take a breath.
Crop sensor,
Take a breath.
You're not going to be able to get close enough to the moon with that. So
Ben and Michael, I got you. You're in for the giveaway.
Yeah. Paul P says a camera attached to a telescope works great. You could also do that.
Yeah, what he said.
JG says, so basically Josh overthought and over-engineered this flight. We'll see. I'll answer that. Paul, Jay.
It was Jay that said that.
Remind me of that after the fact. I'll answer that. I'll respond to that.
Okay. All right. 2 minutes? 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, you've got 4 in the bank, right? Like you can guess proof, age, state of distillation, and distillery. That's 4 in the bank. So you only got 6 others to decide what's what. Lowest proof, highest proof makes a lot of sense. Delve into some mash bills. The game is simultaneously easier and harder than you think.
Andrew's rooting for you, Matt. He said you can do this. Thanks,
and you
Andrew.
know what?
I'm in the giveaway.
I'm rooting for Matt too.
All right.
This is so hard.
It's okay.
So what's your order? Can you talk through your order while I get my order?
Sure.
Crap.
I don't have any notes. I'm just going to give you my order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you say why at all?
No. I just like...
This is how our channel works in the background. I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't know.
I just like
I'm
them.
like, oh, dadgummit. Like, how do we present that in a way that's helpful for the viewer?
Tonight, I liked B the most. A the second most. I think I liked A the second most because it was kind of different. And then C and D are tied for third. And then E is last.
Yeah.
And I
thought E would be your first. If E is what I think it is.
E is too light. Like I want it. I think maybe if I had tried E first, maybe, but after tasting all the other ones, E was just like drinking kind of like water.
Fair. Whoa.
Yeah.
I took a sip of B and wow.
I like B.
B came
it's
through.
The one that was the Burger King burger with the the soggy lettuce and pickles.
Yeah. Wow.
I like it.
So
I'm here for it.
People outside of Nashville won't get this reference, but I used to go to Trevecca Nazarene University for like a little bit of I didn't finish college and I needed to go get like the nighttime degree type thing. And I never even finished that, but I would go there for business management and there was a Burger King right there. So I would get Burger King and I'd get off work at UPS from delivering packages. I'd go get Burger King and then go into Trevecca and sit there and stuff my face with flame broiled Whoppers.
There you go.
Or like double cheeseburgers with bacon or whatever. And it was not the Whoppers. It was the double cheeseburger with bacon. And so I feel you on Glass B.
Yeah.
There is some sentimentality attached to Glass B.
So we are a minute over. Do you want to?
All right, Matt.
You want to rein this in?
It's over. I guess we can be done. We can be done.
Here's where the 30-second time limit comes in handy because you can actually force people to have answers.
Yeah.
In a very quick span.
I could sit here all night and then just whatever, but
yeah,
there's no point in that.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So I actually think my rankings are the same as yours.
Really?
I think B's my first. A, C, and D are so close to each other.
Yeah.
And then E's going to be my last. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Matt, where you at? Hit us with what you got.
My first place was B. Second place was C. Third place was D. Fourth place, E. Fifth place, A.
You did not like A.
Okay, so B first place. B first place. What was second and third?
So honestly, second and third could be flip-flopped on any given day. But I said C in second, third, D.
Yeah.
Okay.
D and C for me could also, like, that was hard.
E fourth place and A fifth place.
Yep.
All right. So you have, I will come clean about the rankings part in the beginning. That's just basically to get you to taste through them and figure out what you like the best so that you get a little bit slammered and maybe have a tougher time discerning some of the things because I'm giving you the answers. So you should do all right.
Yeah.
But with that said, sample, let's just go down the line. Sample A, you had each of these pours, you got to attribute 2 guesses to. So what were your 2 guesses on sample A?
Well, let me first start by saying this. When I first smelled sample A, I thought it smelled malty and possibly Texas. That was like, and I was really banking. I was like, is it Chattanooga or could it possibly be like a Garrison Brothers, whatever? This is where it went. At the very end, I switched everything because I started smelling it more, and I was like, this smells more like a double oaked or like a double a finished whiskey, like a double oaked or a toasted finished whiskey. So I said that sample A was, you know what? This is actually shit. What did I say? I said it was I switched it from lowest age because that's what I thought when it was Texas. I switched that to a rye bourbon. So it has rye in the mash bill, and it was a finished whiskey, thinking that it was a double oaked whiskey with rye in the mash bill.
All right. Are you going to tell him what they are as we go? Or
No. Okay. I need to get his answers first, and then we'll talk about it.
Thanks for that.
Let's go to
Do you want to know my bottle guess while we're at it?
Yeah. Do you have a bottle guess?
Yeah, it was going to be like something from Garrison Brothers, but I had no idea at the very end, I was like Old Forester 1910. That was my final guess because the double oak thing, but it's still not good. Okay. Move on to sample B, dang it.
Bev, your mom's telling you that you know better than to not go with your first impression.
And Aaron Aaron is the secret sauce to Matt Madness success because she just sits beside me and just whispers, "Go with your gut.
Go with your gut.
Go with your gut."
Yeah.
Well,
but you might be right on. You might be right on with what you're talking about. So let's move on to sample
stop
B.
It, knock it off. Sample B, I thought was fantastic, wonderful, glorious.
All
it was
our
my
favorites.
highest.
Yeah, we liked it. All of us.
I also thought from the very beginning it was the highest age, so I said it was highest age, and then I think it's a Knob Creek single barrel, and I guess State of Distillation, Kentucky. Thought it was like a 15-year-old Knob Creek single barrel. So good. It was so good. It was so good. But that was the one where I was like, I could get more specific and guess, like, the distillery itself. It's just difficult. I don't know. Your game is very irritating to me.
Thank you, William, for the super chat. We got you in for the giveaway.
Thank you, William. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We have bots.
Oh, we did?
Tinder's here.
Yeah,
so
bots?
If you guys can get the bots, that would be great. If we
Yeah.
got some mods, you can get the bots. I think
How
you
do I
can
get
click
the
the three.
bots? Block?
Put them in time. Yeah, block them. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Put them in timeout. Don't let them come back.
Bye, Felicia.
All right. Sample C.
Let me taste it
I
again.
love where your
to see
head's
how bad
at
I'm
for
gonna
this
be.
flight so far.
So sample C, I said, you know what? I wasn't sure about sample C. I thought at first it could be a wheater, but it was because it was so sweet and so soft from the palate.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to guess that. I don't know why I didn't want to guess that it was a wheated bourbon. Maybe I should have. But instead I went the safe route and guessed what I could totally be wrong at. And I don't know, I went that way. So I said that the proof was 100 proof. You know what? I shouldn't have done that. I should have went 102. Can I do 102? And
Yeah,
then
You go 102.
102 proof for the proof guess. And then age guess was 8 years old. Because there's plus minus 2 years there. It could be like I said up front, I thought it was possibly like a Weller, but then I'm not getting the Buffalo Trace nose like I thought I would. So I'm like, could it be a Rebel, like a Rebel 10 or something like that?
Yeah.
I initially, that's really stupid of me to do this because I guessed Weller 107 when it wasn't even in the proof range until I just changed it to 102. So Weller 107 is my guess, even though I feel like it's Rebel 10. So scratch out Weller 107 and put Rebel 10.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay.
Sample D, I said Sample D was difficult for me because there was so many things that I thought were familiar, but ended up I couldn't really put a finger on it. So what I did was a distillery guess because to me at first it was floral. I got floral at first, but then after that it just kind of faded away. But I went distillery guess new riff, and then I guessed it was a high rye bourbon. High rye bourbon, new riff distillery.
All right.
Possibly, probably wrong, but at the same time, at this point, I don't even care if I look down. Sample E.
At this point, you're leaving with the best score, so
Yeah,
you
for
are a
sure.
winner no matter
Even if
what.
it's 0. Sample E, I said that
Go
it
ahead.
was
What?
a rye
Who?
whiskey.
What?
Rye whiskey.
Am I?
No,
No.
Josh is being a brat. It's fine.
You son of a bee. I guessed that sample E was a rye whiskey, and it jumped out of the grass. The grass? Wow. Out of the glass so much as a
Same
rye.
difference.
Even on the nose, I was like, it's a rye. It's got to be a rye. I've got to get points for this. I got to get points for a rye whiskey. But I also, you know what? I didn't even revisit this. But even off the first taste, I should have revisited this. Dang it. But I said it was lowest proof. And I guessed it was bullet rye. Just a low proof 95.5 was my guess. And that is that. And the reason that A came in last place was it made more sense to me towards the end. That's why I changed stuff. Was like typically, personally for me, double oaked bourbons and stuff don't do well on blind flights for me. But at the same time, neither do Texas whiskeys or friggin' high malt stuff. So we'll see how wrong I am there. That's it. Tell me
We'll see how wrong you are. That's
I'm
for sure.
intrigued because I don't even know what's in here. And also, I probably wouldn't even know what they are when I do know what's in here.
You'll know.
Oh, okay.
You'll know. All right.
Should I
So
leave? I'll leave.
let's get into it. This is going to be, let's go ahead before we start the tallying of the scores.
Do you want to do a
this
last
isn't
call for super
This isn't going to take long. Super chat. Yeah, get in if you want to get in the giveaway.
For the
You can
giveaway.
win this flight. And
Josh's birthday.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
and my
Josh's
birthday.
birthday.
And
Happy
you-
birthday.
Josh's friggin' birthday. Super chat the shit out of stuff and whiskey, by the way.
Yeah.
P.S. A lot.
39? 39? 39.
Yeah, you're so old.
This is the last. Honestly, the last few years of life has been really good. And
this is the last few years of life.
Yeah.
The end.
It's been really good. And being able to be part of this community is something really special. And it means a lot to me. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
We got 207 in the chat, which is way more than we've ever seen by over 100 people. Yeah. So thank you for joining in.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Somebody's getting a 1792 full proof that I helped pick. And it was by far my runaway winner of the barrels that we got to select from in the Rick House. It was an amazing experience. It is so good. It's like cherry extract. It's like straight up Luxardo cherry syrup,
but not sickeningly,
not
sweet.
cloyingly sweet.
Yeah.
It's definitely balanced in there, but like it's Barton, but it's like Barton plus cherry. So very good. Can't believe Matt missed this one in the flight that we just did, but we'll get to that.
Thanks, Matt L. We got you in for the giveaway.
Actually, it wasn't in the Actually, it wasn't in the flight. It's the control pour.
What was was that the control pour?
Yeah, the 1792 full proof that I picked.
Wow, that sucks because I thought it was 100. Yeah, boy.
So look, your proof dar and my proof dar, we're like 20 points below tonight.
All right, let's do this. This is good.
All right. While they're doing that, Saucy Shane, I got you in for the giveaway.
All right.
After the scores are done, then the giveaways close, and we'll do the winner. So keep them coming for now, and I'll get you guys.
Hey, Cheech is in there. Wow, thank you so much, Cheech. Cheech is like OG whiskey tube.
Yeah.
Cheech out of nowhere.
All right.
All right.
You ready for this?
So let's start. You know what? Oh man, where do we start?
At the beginning. Just do it.
We all put E pretty low. Matt put it in 4th. We both put it in 5th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's find out what sample E is. That's what I thought it was. All right. So sample E, Matt, you said sample E was the lowest proof, and you get 4 points. That was the lowest proof in the flight.
Oh, good on
you.
Really?
It was the lowest proof at 117.3 proof.
That's
oh my gosh. Proof? I was thinking 90. You son of a bee. I told you I said that this was friggin' all the same. Wow. Okay.
The lowest proof is 117.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. You also said it was a rye whiskey. It was not a rye whiskey, but I see why you said that.
What?
It's not even a high rye bourbon. You said it was.
Is it a wheat whiskey?
You said it was bullet rye.
That's this one, right?
Sample E.
E. A, B, C, D, E. Oh,
E.
Okay.
It's our first time hosting. Sample E is Old Kirk, 6 years.
It's friggin' Willet. It's Willet bourbon. Son of a bitch. I call Willet bourbon rye every single time. Every time I call Willet.
Absolutely. It's Willet.
Every time.
It's the OG mash bill. So it's 70, where I have it written down. It's 72, 13 rye, 15 malted barley. It comes across like a rye, though.
Yeah.
So I know why you picked rye, and I'm not surprised this is my last place completely blind.
Mm-hmm.
It's because me and Aaron both got the cinnamon on there. It's so familiar to that rye. Gosh dang it.
But there's a grassiness there. There's a grassiness that I get on ryes. Willet rye specifically, that's also on their bourbon.
And when I started, after we got through D, I'm like, well, we didn't put a Willet rye in here, which would have been nice.
It would have been.
I put a Willet bourbon towards the end. Son of everything.
So that's 6 years.
This is starting off great.
You have 4 points, though. That's pretty good.
You do have 4 points. You didn't get any more points on it, but you got 4 points. That's good.
Now let me stop you here. Out of the confidence level of all of my guesses, that being a rye whiskey was my highest confidence point.
Oh, no.
So let's move forward.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, Daniel, for the happy birthday wishes, and we got you in on the super
chat.
I'm gonna pour my loser pour right now.
All right. No, you know what? Wait on that. Just keep it nearby with an empty Glencairn.
I'll open it.
You'll know why. Don't open it yet. You're not ready for that yet. All right. So next up, we've already done E.
Yeah.
So let's go to A. Let's go to sample A. Matt, you had this as your 5th place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one I was so confused on. I guessed a million different things.
I get why. Sample A is a curveball. This was the curveball of the flight. The old Kirk was also a curveball, but this is the second curveball of the flight.
I called it a knuckleball when you started.
This is Nashville Barrel Company. It's a 5-year bourbon. This is not it. This is so dark. Okay. This is a 5-year bourbon. This is a sample we got from a friend, David Townsend, hooked us up with this. This is also a Nashville Barrel Company 5-year bourbon. I'm being very confusing. It's a 125.2 proof 5-year Nashville Barrel Company MGP sourced bourbon. I threw this into the flight because it's extremely dark, darker than George T. Stagg sitting next to it. And
whoa.
Very much a curveball.
No.
So what did he guess? Is it
First of all, let me ask you this. It does not say double oaked on that.
It's not double oaked. It could be.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Okay, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Sometimes we might not know everything about the bottle. So if you want to dispute, I will hear your dispute. We can lobby and we can work through it. We can talk through it. I'm here for resolution.
My dispute is not with you at all. At all. If you smell Glass A and tell me that this isn't funky or weird or double barreled,
Here's
the thing. I don't think it's double barreled. I don't think Nashville Barrel Company does that, but I'm not going to tell you that they don't because I don't know for sure. So if you want to lobby for it and you can tell me why, you'll get the points. So present your case, sir.
No, there's no case to present other than this. There's only been one other time that I've ever smelled an MGP bourbon that I've actually asked, hey, is this rebarreled or double oaked? And somebody told me no. So it has happened before, but for a 5-year MGP to smell like this, that's okay. You know what? I'll accept it, but you have to agree. You put it in there for a reason, right?
I did because it was so dark. So you know what? I'm with you. I'm on Team Matt, and you're getting the points.
Okay, wait 1 second. Remember when the very first thing I said about Glass A when we looked at Glass A, I said this is one dark bourbon.
Yeah, it's super dark. Yeah. And
how do you
get darkness like that with 5 years?
How many times has anybody said that about a 5-year bourbon?
Well,
0.
But when you taste Nashville Barrel Company bourbons, that's what happens. You're like, why is this so much darker? Why is this so much like more oaky than I thought it would be? So you know what? I don't know that they do that there, but you've convinced me. You're getting the points.
I'm trying to look it up,
whoa.
But
Hey, 100% don't do that.
No. This is part of the game.
You can't do This
is part of the game before the game was even...
No. Whatever's on the bottle is what wins. You can't convince. No. I'm not here to. That's not how this works.
No. If you were facing competition, it would be a different ball game, and you would not get the samples I sent you. You would get very clear-cut samples. With this, you're getting the points. Greg Johnson says NBC has some crazy barrels.
Yeah, so it's a single barrel.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to taste. Weird. I cannot wait to taste Jason and Scott's pick from their 5-year bourbons from Nashville Barrel Company.
It says it's a single barrel rye. Oh no, that's a rye.
This is the Tsunami barrel.
Yeah,
so this is the Nashville Barrel Company 5-year bourbon. It's the Tsunami. Johnny Tsunami, who helped pick their barrels from MGP.
There's not a lot on it on the internet, on the World Wide Web.
I can't wait to get to B.
So
I think B is the oldest.
You've got 4 points from sample E, and you've got 10 points from sample A.
Don't give me the points that I didn't get. That's not fair.
This is, hey,
Josh.
I knew that this was what it was coming in.
Go.
It's your show.
You're getting the points. All right. We're the host. You're getting the points. Let's move on to sample D. All right.
Sorry for being
sample
argumentative.
D. Sample D.
It's gonna be bad.
Sample D. You said it was a high rye bourbon, and that's not correct. And you said it was for distillery guess. You said
New Riff, didn't I?
New Riff, and that is also not correct.
Right.
And for bottle guess, you said
New Riff single barrel.
A New Riff single barrel, which is not correct.
Not correct.
So, sample D is
sample D was hard for me.
And I get that. It is. Hang on. Let me take a sip. It's a little off profile, but the foundation is there that would have tipped you off to what this was. But it is a little bit off profile. This is a National Bourbon Social Club Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 10-year 134 proof pick.
Dude, it's funny how you say things like what it is and automatically you taste it. That's so weird.
And you taste all of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It's there. It's way more cherry forward than any Elijah Craig Barrel Proof pick I've had before. I don't know if you'd agree with that or not, but I'm not a professional.
No, that's 100% what that is. But I think remember I kept saying D is so familiar.
Yeah.
You
did.
If you ask Carissa last night, we stayed at a hotel, and on the way to the hotel, I picked up an 8-year Elijah Craig single barrel, and I drank like a lot of it. And she was like, "You drank that much?" And I was like, "I sure did." Turns out that's why it was familiar.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's all about last night. All right, here we go. So let's move on to second or C, right? We all had B at first. So let's go with sample C.
Yeah.
Sample C, you said was, you had a proof guess at 102.
All right. This is the one that I chose not to guess weeded bourbon. I just guessed the proof and age.
Mm-hmm.
102 and what?
You guessed 102 proof, and you had an age guess as well, 8 years.
Oh, okay.
Which obviously isn't correct because the lowest proof was 117. So my bad.
So this is a 14-year, 128.5 proof bourbon from Kentucky, from the Barton Distillery. This is Lucky 7, 14-year proprietor.
14 year?
Yep.
Wow. What is a C?
This is barrel number 69. Nice. And it is, well, I think Cam from Drums and Dram for hooking us up with this.
So I went A, B, C. So A was we don't know what B was yet. So C was super sweet on the nose.
Yeah,
which
very
is
sweet.
Like led me to believe it was a weeder, but wow, that's crazy.
Do you have any left? Do you have any left?
Actually, I went through the entire thing, which is very bad, but I did. And C's like what? 18%.
Yeah,
12% rye, 18% rye. Yeah. Yikes,
yeah.
This is going bad.
That was a tricky one.
It was good.
You're on a fast track to that failure pour, by the way. But let's get into sample B, which
I knew this was the case.
It being the last one, I already know what it is. And unfortunately, you ascribed the wrong thing to the wrong pour. So sample B, our first place pour, all of our first place pours, right?
I really liked it.
Sample B was a 15-year, 8-month Knob Creek pick.
What?
That's what I said, right?
You did.
Oh,
so
hey.
you might gain some points here.
Hey
so let's see
there.
what we got here. So you have highest age.
Right.
That is correct, Matt. So you get 4 points for highest age, and
Kentucky Distillery.
Distillery, yes, you get 4 points. You get 6 points for that. So you get 10 points.
And then I guess the bottle right. I guess that 15-year Knob Creek single barrel.
And you get 10 points for that. So let's see what we got here.
He might not have failed at all.
Let's add it up. All right. You got 10 points plus 10 points for the bottle guess. That's 20 points.
Chris, I got you in for the giveaway.
It adds up quick, man. And then you got 10 points on the National Barrel Company because I'm giving you they double oak that. There's something going on.
We don't
there.
know that, but you think that.
No, you get points there. You get points there. So I'm giving you 10 points on that because you got it right that it was. I'm giving you points on rye bourbon and finished whiskey on that.
Okay.
So you get 10 there, and then you got 4 points on the Old Kirk being the lowest proof, the Willet Distillate. So you got 34 points out of a possible 100 points. And I would like to...
Wait, does he not get the extra credit for getting the barrel right? Or the...
He did. I gave him 10 points for that.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did I? No. Oh.
Unfortunate.
6 plus 10 plus 10.
No,
yeah. I'd like to point out that I scored more points than Matt Madness, but let's go ahead and just move on past that fact. And let's go ahead and focus on the fact that you scored 34 out of a possible 100 points. So, sir, you can go ahead and pour your punishment pour now, if you would like.
All right.
Oh, man.
I deserve it.
While he does that, I'm going to go ahead and randomize the names for the giveaway.
So go ahead. The giveaway is cut off. All that's, we're done there.
Yep.
So
that looks nice and colorful.
Or actually, if you're one of the giveaway winners, contact us at stuffandwhiskey, stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com, and hit us up. Let us know. Did you smell the failure pour?
Josh, I don't have to smell it. I can smell it as soon as I open the bottle.
That's why I told you not to open the bottle.
I smell it for sure. But hey, thank you for this. This was fun. Also difficult. The way that... Wait, one more time. What... was that 5-year MGP bourbon?
Yeah.
You want to go through them all again?
Okay, listen. If you sent 100 people, which is not a thing you could do, if you sent 10 people that 5-year MGP bourbon, 0 people would say that's a 5-year MGP bourbon. There's no possible way.
That's why I sent it to you. Yeah. I literally tasted this next to George T. Stagg, and it had more oak, and it was darker than George T. Stagg 2019. Thanks to Eric David Gunderson in the chat.
Oh, but this is what I was going to do before we did this.
Get your
A and B. This is the 5-year MGP bourbon. This is the 15-year Knob Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 5-year MGP bourbon is darker than the 15-year-old Knob Creek.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Unless, of course, they
double oak or toasted barrel or something. That's when I gave you the points.
Yep.
And you still came up.
Wow. Quick
math.
And by the way, I'm terrible at this type of stuff. Wow, this loser pour is what some doctors would consider to be not something beneficial to your health.
So can I say something about the loser pour real quick?
Yeah.
I love you, Matt, and I have a lot of faith in you, but I fully expected you to fail this test. So I actually sent you a good loser pour. This is one of our favorites.
Wait, what? What is it? Whisper it.
So it's Scotch. It's very Band-Aid like.
Band-Aid, really?
Josh, do you have yours poured?
I do not.
So
I could go get it.
No, it's fine.
We know what it tastes like.
Do you want me
after you do an entire flight? This is very. So, like, Shayla sent me a Scotch flight once, and then I tasted a bourbon at the end, and the bourbon just smelled like orange Gojo hand soap.
Yeah.
So it just depends on like what order you taste stuff in. But this is, am I right? It's a Scotch. It's definitely
It's a Scotch. If only you'd been this good during the actual competition part of the portion, then we wouldn't be in this situation as we find ourselves now.
All right, and we've got 109.
109. That matches.
No, wait,
what Greg
108. I have 108.
108.
Yeah.
Oh,
Our
wow.
spreadsheet tallies it. So did you randomize it?
I randomized it.
All right, we got 2 winners. Okay.
Did he drink it yet?
Matt, did you drink it?
I just did. That is so good. That is
right.
It's oily.
Yes.
Which I like. It's high proof, which I like. It's not like a super low proof.
No.
It's oily. It's full of like. Does it have? Wow. It's lightly peated, probably. It's kind of a little tiny bit of smoke, which I'm thinking, but man, that's good. I do like that a lot.
This is one of our favorites.
I know you don't like peated scotch, so we sent that to you for the loser's pour, but we sent you our favorite peated scotch.
Yeah.
To us, that is like smoked fruit on the grill, like in a smoker. Yeah. So you get like all the fruity elements, you get the smoke, we don't get Band-Aids on that. We get a lot of campfire smoke, like a smoker smoke.
Yeah.
And we get
some people have guessed it.
A lot of oiliness, a lot of viscousness. It is Ardbeg Oudale.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Greg guessed it.
What's the proof on that?
Around 109.
Yeah. Bam.
Which the lowest proof in the flight was 117, and the lowest proof of your guesses was 90. So I'm not sure we can trust your proof, Dar, at the moment, but if you like this pour, you might like some peated. You might like some Isla peated scotch.
I'm going to torture you.
No.
Bill Kavanaugh in the chat told me not to poke the bear, and I'm poking.
I have 4 days just to put together clips of you saying stupid things with other stupid things with no context.
Luckily, you have a lot of content to come through.
You have a lot of content you can work with, and I would love it. So do it.
But thank you guys for having me on. That was super fun. This is a really fun game.
Okay, good.
I'm super thrilled to be at the top of the leaderboard right now with 34. You said?
Yeah, 34 points.
Right.
You
34,
are the reigning
top
champion.
of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Next time you do it with somebody else, probably somebody way dumber than me, maybe like, I don't know, maybe you could have me on again to see how I compare with myself. And then just watch me score lower and lower. I just think that 34 is going to be what some people would consider to be a high bar. And other people will consider to be not. But at the same time, thank you for putting me first so I don't look terrible.
Anytime. We're happy to do it.
We're so happy to have you on. We'll talk here in a minute. Let's run our giveaway. And we got 108. How many people we got?
Yeah, 108. And then we're out.
So 108. All right, let's run it. We got 2 people. Email us at stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com.
55.
55 is
winner number 1 is,
like everybody says, lucky number 55.
Eric David Gunderson.
Are you serious? Okay, well he did come in with a big super chat. Yeah. So wow. Okay. And then the next one is
93.
93. Getting some high number love.
We got
Be right back.
Rob Bordeaux.
Hit us up.
I'm sorry.
Hit us up at stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com. We got you. Matt, Thank you so much for being a part of this, Matt. This was such a good time. Thank you, chat, for being a part of this.
Yeah.
This was, for a birthday celebration, hanging out with good friends, with Matt, with you guys, with you. Could not have asked for more. This was a fun game. If you want to hit us up with some tweaks on it, maybe, because I'm open to constructive criticism. So hit us up with constructive tweaks. I don't know how I'm going to juggle this. My idea was to do this as part of the charity fundraiser in October. I don't know how I will juggle all this with multiple channels on.
Yeah, we may have to revise,
make it a little bit more simpler. But it was a lot of fun one-on-one with Matt. So if you guys liked it, if you enjoyed it, let us know in the comments, in the chat. We'll be back on Tuesday with our next video.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We're going to sign out for tonight. Cheers. Cheers with a glass that has something in it.
Cheers.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We love y'all. Good night.
Bye.